Welcome back. Thank you for joining me with Jonathan tonight. No longer hello. No longer all by myself. I didn't want to be all by myself, and I'm not all by myself anymore. So that's all good. Loads of stuff kicking off in Yugoslavia, Serbia. As Yugoslavia's cracking into a Serbian city. It's cut me off now. I've now got to go to war against Yugoslavia, John.
Oh, brilliant!
So I'm going to crack into them tonight, and I'll share my plans. Can we still see them? Oh no, I had a little trip into Timisoara, and actually Poland's got a troop, and so as Ukraine. So they're doing a joint defence, and I saw a stack of one main battle tank, 5 troops here in this tile near Cluj-Napoca. Just looks like a bit of a pickle, the Ukrainian territory. It looks like they're trying to fight back, though. They've got their capital now, Kiev. And they'd have to relocate their headquarters, wouldn't they, Jonathan? Or rebuild it anyway.
Yeah. And for as long as they don't do that, then they're going to continue to suffer from the morale loss.
Yeah, so maybe they're building it as we speak. Or they don't know that they should do that. So Yugoslavia...
It's going on to the east, though. All of this land has just gone rogue.
I know. So they've gone on a bit of a rampage from these cities in the south and just gone up north, and they've nearly joined up with this one in the north. It's so I reckon they've got to have at least like 4 troops wandering about, and then they start pumping them out, don't they? So that's pretty bad times. And we've got one here, nearish me. I've pretty much taken Greater Serbia. They were going to be gone probably by the end of today. I am getting a bit paranoid about one of my cities, so I'm going to split off my boats and just send a frigate to protect Samsung. So there we go. They'll fight anyone that comes in, because I've only got a mobile SAM there now. I've sent everything forward, so I've got this tank going forward, Sheridan tank, another Sheridan tank joining the scrap, and there's my big stack with 3 Sheridan tanks, a tank destroyer, and a mobile SAM. So lots to discuss actually, Jonathan, because I let you know, didn't I, earlier today on WhatsApp, what Poland have got. So they've got, they're actually upgrading. We'll see if the intelligence has come through actually, so I've got a bit more info on them. They're upgrading their choppers and their troops to level 4. Here we go. And it's the helicopter gunship. Although that one that they're upgrading looks different to the one in the picture. That one looks grey. That one looks green. So I don't know if there's any difference. But anyway, they've got their big stack is consisting of 1 main battle tank and 5 troops. All level 3, troops soon to be level 4. Very strong army. But I just so happen to have built the perfect counter army. So my armoured fighting vehicles have 8 attack against troops, 5 against armoured targets. And then I've got the tank destroyer, which is 11 against hard targets. And if we have a look at a level 3 tank, main battle tank. Where are they? Here and here. There. Level 3 battle tank has 8 attack against troops, 9 against tanks. Actually, he's in his doctrine, it's 9 against troops, 9 against tanks. 1 defense against helicopters, nothing against planes. And that's about it. They debuff badly in the mountains and in urban and suburban environments and jungle. So if I can engage him in the mountains or in a city, I'll get a really good advantage. And here are the armoured fighting vehicles. They don't debuff at all, except for in jungle, tundra, or desert. And there's huge buff in desert and tundra, but no debuff in mountains or urban environments. So I've got an advantage there. And then if we have a look at the level 3 troops, Jonathan, 1, 2, 3, soon to be level 4. May as well go 4. They've got 3 attack against vehicles, 3.8 defense, and my attack's going to be like 8 or 9. And then loads of attack against troops, debuff in the mountains, but otherwise they've got a buff in suburban environments and forest. And I'm upgrading my Sheridan tank. So I'll show you what it will be. We're going to have 8 attack against troops, 5 against armoured vehicles, but it gives an air upgrade, so I'm going to have 2 defence against the choppers, which is going to be really important. I really think I do want to build anti-air, Jonathan. I know you say it's no good, but I just want one in my stack, so the stack's safe, because if my planes can't get to it, like overnight or something, I just want to know they're defended.
That's fair enough. Yeah. If the helicopters are a high enough level, then they might still take out the anti-air, but it will definitely help.
Yeah.
I'm making some air superiority as well, and
yeah.
If you can spare an air base, or if you can take an air base like the one in Timasiora, then my airborne can help out as well as the air superiority.
I can reach.
Currently, just taking some of these Greek islands, so that you can end your war with Greece.
Yeah, thanks for that. No, perfect timing. If it can be done before midnight as well, you're just about to take the second to last one in 14 minutes, and then one left. Would you land and would you just walk along to get that second one?
Oh no, I'd land. It wasn't within range before, but you must have taken an airport somewhere because it just opened up.
Just built an airport in
Istanbul.
Istanbul.
It was just at the end of the range, and I would have had to. Yeah, it wasn't. Have you got an airport in Istanbul now? Oh, you certainly have. Yeah, it would have been that one then.
Yeah, when it goes to 40%, it becomes operational. So it's 79% now. That's to get us into the mainland Europe from Turkey to the hospital, and I'll build one closer. I'm quite keen to take out Timasiora because they've got an airbase, and that means they can attack with their choppers. So it's quite important I take that out. But equally, I need to go to war against Yugoslavia. So I think I probably need to war against Yugoslavia first, take them out, so then I can concentrate on Poland. But it will bring me right up to their borders, all the way along. So I've got a feeling an incursion's going to happen sooner rather than later. But what I can do is once it ticks over to midnight, I can move some of these guys off the Greek islands. So these guys will... Yeah, I've got one troop there and a boat. So I can bring my boat up the coast and attack these 2 cities. Give a bit of support. This guy's going to land grab going in. I've got another troop on its way up. They'll do something. They'll take my big stack and just rip through right into their capital straight away, and then into these cities. And all I need to do is overnight have my troops from the Greek cities that no longer need city sitting to just go up and then sit on those cities to keep them. So I'll have 3 cities come free. I think I'm going to have to stay on Athens because it's only on 28%, but the others will be leavable. Just to show you, if you click on the eye icon, it shows you the chance of insurgency. It's still 20% there, but once the midnight comes in about 3 hours, then I won't need to sit troops on there anymore. No chance of insurgency. The morale would have gone high enough to be able to leave it. So yeah, just pumping out Sheridan tanks and tank destroyers. And if we look in Istanbul, I'm currently building a tank destroyer. It only takes 12 hours now for a tank destroyer. 11 hours 23 minutes actually, and then 14 hours, just about 15 hours for a Sheridan tank for the armoured fighting vehicle. Because I've built the recruitment office level 3, so I'm pumping them out now, John, and my resource level's getting there. And,
that's great.
What's happening with you?
So I have pushed into Algeria.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I had a bit of a dilemma. I didn't know whether to attack Cameroon or Mozambique. So I thought I'd go for Algeria because they're an inactive player. And it also brings me a bit closer to Cameroon. Niger, which is south of Algeria, will bring me right next to his homeland if I was to take that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I've brought a radar to the front line into this kind of Death Valley.
Oh.
Scouted it out, so I can tell there's no armored contacts there. However, at the moment, my radar only picks up on the high signatures, so that's a high profile signature. But
Yeah.
a lot of troops are low profile signatures, so I'm going to level up my radar. On the next level, they'll be able to detect those troops too, and they'll be able to fly around. So it's a pretty big boost for the radar to get to level 3.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I've only got one troop remaining down south next to Mozambique, and he's currently facing down a couple of destroyers who are just sitting right next to Mtwara, if you see, just north of Mozambique's capital.
Oh. It's
Yeah,
Madagascar. Now, I when I went past them, is it these guys? Yeah, I went past them to the shot to nothing on Mozambique's capital with a troop that failed, and they followed me down, and I messaged them and said, look, no drama, I'm not going to attack you. I'm go, hold back. Interesting. I wonder why he's facing you down. He did say. Shall I have a look at the message? Because I can't
what did he
remember.
say?
Let's have a look. So, Madagascar, he said, I wouldn't recommend it. I've just been building the entire game. But equally, I had a look at his cities, and yeah, he's not really. He's got like arms industry level 1 on everything. Okay, he's got a level 3 naval base. So that's where he's pumping out his destroyers, because you have to have a level 3 naval base for destroyers, don't you? And then he's got naval base level 2 at the top. So yeah, he's probably got a few boats, but if he's only sent a stack of 2, then
Thing like he's only got 5 cities and barely any land. So even if he's been building the whole game and not attacking anybody, like he's pushed a little bit into Namibia, but it's not going to give him much. Like the question is, like, what kind of force would we be up
yeah.
against? I think we would be like we're much better off. Like even if a lot of our troops are damaged, just putting together a ramshackle army against him. But for now, because
Yeah.
Mozambique is quite large, he's up to 8th place in the leaderboard.
Cool.
I was just trying to avoid the area like the plague, but now I'm pushing west. I've got Morocco, Mauritania, and Mali to take amongst some others. So it's very easy pickings because Cameroon hasn't done a lot on his side.
Oh, I've just seen it. Okay. So you might have mentioned this already, but they're in coalition. So Madagascar is in coalition with Mozambique and Cameroon.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Sorry.
You didn't?
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of expected they would because
Ooh.
we knocked out Ethiopia. I knocked out the East African Federation. So only Mozambique was left, and Cameroon and Madagascar just had a free slot.
This changes
Kind of
things.
makes sense. Yeah.
I could send all my stack down and destroy Mozambique's capital and Madagascar's capital. And a Cameroon on the water. No, their capital's not quite on the water's edge, but they've got a few cities there. What do you think we should do? Leave them alone or crack into them?
Leave them alone for now. You won't be able to reach Madagascar's capital with your ships.
Oh, is it in the middle?
It's a little bit too far away.
Oh, yeah.
My next move would be if there was any sign of aggression, I'd fly to Arusha. I've got an airport there, and like, question is how quickly I could get there.
Oh, yeah.
Probably like 4 or 5 hours, and then I could push and take his capital.
Okay.
The other thing I'm expecting is for them to push up through Chad, and that's where I'd be the weakest. So I'm going to try and upgrade my radar there to be prepared for it. And ultimately, I'm going to try and get some rocket launchers to push through Chad and to take out Cameroon, just so I'm facing down Mozambique. But if they do decide to push up through from Mozambique's capital, then like it's going to take them a while to get to me. Meanwhile, I'm sending a corvette down this little river, just to kind of head off any sneaky troops that go up there. And I've already got a couple of corvettes on the Suez Canal, so
Oh, nice.
I'm entirely safe apart from this little alleyway that Cameroon's created.
Oh, I hadn't realised that little river. Oh, you thought about it. Cool, that river goes all the way up, doesn't it? Okay, that's well
It
cut
does,
off.
and I used it quite a few times when I was taking on Ethiopia. and so did the East African Federation. But I always had some troops waiting at the few key points: Khartoum, Malakal, Al Galed. Um, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's creates quite an interesting battlefield, really.
Oh, I'd invest a bit more in your navy if you can. Have you got much of a troop base? Have you flown them all back in for repair in the hospital?
There are a few in for repair. I'm currently making another round. I'm going to have some SAMs, a couple of radars, 5 strikes, a couple of airborne, maybe about 15 troops.
Cool.
And I'm currently in the process of upgrading them to level 4. It's not ideal, but soon I'm going to look to get some rocket launchers, and that'll make things a lot easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I managed to do quite a lot with very little so far. Haven't got
Very
all
nice.
the fighting vehicles and tank destroyers that you have. All the destroyers.
Well, whatever floats your boat. Really, have you seen the 2 Algerian, like, what are they? Combat recons in your territory?
Oh yeah. I mean, like, I kind of expected some troops to push in, but I haven't even bothered killing them because they can't really take lands. Algeria is an NPC, so that they're actually just wandering aimlessly.
Yeah, and they can't take
So,
land because they've got no
yeah.
troops.
But
Yeah.
I am sending some strikes in to go and take them out. Just a little bit annoying, really.
Pretty casual. Let's see what Tim's been doing. Wow, he's in there like swimwear, on it like a car bonnet. He's got tons of troops all over the place, and he's just land and expand. So it looks like he's just sitting on Hyderabad. He can free those troops probably after midnight tonight and move on. And then these guys in Multan, maybe he can move on after midnight there. These guys will have to stay in Lahore. And then Peshawar. They do a very nice naan bread, the Peshawari naan.
Yeah, it's my favourite.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, and he's going back to that city in time for midnight, yeah. But not that one. Okay, he's left a couple of cities unoccupied for when midnight ticks over. So he might get a chosen incursion there if he's not careful. But he's expanding very nicely indeed. Look at that. Oh, and I've got some intelligence on China. It's not a lot, but they have a big stack, is basically the intelligence. And New Zealand have troops and tanks. And that's it. That's all I know. Someone in the game who is playing Myanmar. Where are Myanmar? They're not dead, are they?
They're nearly dead.
Are they
New
the green?
Zealand's actually taking them out.
That's them.
Yeah,
That's
green.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were green. Myanmar put a note in the comments because they said they're in the game, and I was like, "Didn't you declare war on me?" And they were like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Right, what can you tell me about New Zealand? What's their army like?" Because he said they're strong, to watch out for them.
Nice.
So he's given me a little bit of intelligence there, or they give me intelligence, and China. So I don't know if China and New Zealand are working together. That would be a strong coalition. New Zealand are very strong. Look, they're cracking into the Antarctic down there. The Antarctic.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's opened up. It's
Ooh.
unlocked at a certain point in the game. It's all going off. And if we have a look at Tim's cities, we can see what he's building. But he tends to be going for combat recons and troops, and just going on absolute numbers at the moment, which is a really good strategy. But his no good against Poland because he's building Corvette and basically combat recons. His troops against Poland would be mincemeat, and it's great that I don't have any because he's got very strong troops, but he's got these attack helicopters that are very strong against troops, and also he's got the main battle tank, and troops would struggle against the tank and the choppers. I think my next... Oh, look, I've just got 1,200 rare materials. I can research something. So my options are, Jonathan, Tank Commander, which will buff all my stats for my big stacks, but it's very expensive to build, as we know, so it will take nearly 5,000 components. Oh god, and 2,500 electronics, so I'd be saving up for a while because I don't really have any. Ooh, so that might be a no-go. Or I can build the anti-air, and I think I'm leaning towards anti-air now because it'll take me days probably to save up the electronics.
Yeah, anti-air is relatively cheap, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to bash that out because it's going to help against Poland, but I will be delayed attacking them. There we go. So Yugoslavia are 22 minutes away from cracking into a pretty badly damaged troop that I've been hitting with my boat for quite a while. But then that boat there is just perfect because it's providing me a bit of defence, Jonathan. The boat that I've got inland that's near Yugoslavia, the turquoise, near the last bits of Serbia, Greater Serbia, near Timisoara. It's just a fantastic position to have boats because it totally defends that whole area. It's very nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, and I don't know if I told you, I've produced a rocket launcher and it's nearly joined with my main stack. It's just going past Sofia at the moment, which is the rare material city.
Oh wow, yeah.
So
yeah, that's the ticket really. Give me another week. I'll have a few of those and then I'll be unstoppable. But just really need to build up my armies with what I've got for the minute, and that's going to be a ton more basic troops.
Takes a while, doesn't it? I've got another rocket launcher complete in 2 hours, and then more stacked up. So another one, then a day later. So yeah, I'm being delayed by electronics now. You haven't got any spare electronics, have you?
Yeah, I do actually.
Have you? Oh, well, let's do a trade then.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
How much money have I got? 9,000. So, oh no, you can buy them. You can just buy them on the market. That's good. Oh, so don't worry about it. I can buy them for 9.1.
Those would probably be some of your starting offers. If you have a look at, well, for me, for supplies, components, and rares, after you buy all of those starting offers, then it's up to another player to float an offer up. And I've put up some like willing to pay the maximum amount for all of those, and to sell some fuel at the very cheapest. But nobody's really biting, so yeah, there's not a good market at the minute. But yeah, definitely make the most out of those free offers.
Yeah, I did, and I must say, you had an offer up for supplies at 15, and there was still a free offer up there for like 8. So I bought that, sold it to you, and then made a bit of money.
Yeah, but made a profit. Yeah,
yeah, but also gave you some money or whatever, and some supplies. All right. Well, I'll just buy the electronics on the market. It's easier that way. 680 for 6,000. I'd leave myself a bit of money. But now I know I can chip into those. I have actually preempted running short of electronics because I saw them going down pretty drastically, and I've built underground bunkers on all my electronic cities. So if I sort by resource produced and just go down to electronics, oh look, I've got another electronic city. So I'll just build another underground bunker. I'll queue it up because I don't have enough components. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 underground bunkers on my electronic cities, and then I'll upgrade my arms industry. I think I've got that queued. Yeah, on electronics, and then I'm about to finish building arms industry level 5 on my component cities. So where are they? Here they are. God, still 14 hours away, but I'm 70% of the way through. Takes a long time to build arms industry level 5. Very long time. But then what does that give me? Arms industry. There's no question mark to check out what it gives you. I can see it if I've got a level 4. No. Oh, I can. I'm just seeing what the arms industry level 5 gives you. There's a question mark. Level 5 just plus 50% production, plus 10% each time, isn't it? And then you get the increased money as well. So when it kicks over to midnight tonight, my intelligence should give me a bit back on Poland, because I've put 2 secret agents on him now, and he doesn't seem to have any counter-ops. Maybe he just doesn't realise I've got anyone on there. So I've spent 20 grand on that. So I could have been buying more electronics, but that's fine. So what was that unit I was trying to build? Another multiple rocket launcher. Yeah, there we go. It's just going to start in 2 hours when the other one finishes now, so I'm not short of any components. And the interesting thing about the queuing system, Jonathan, is that if you queue up a load, like fill your queuing system for days, you can hover over each one, number 2, number 3 in the line, number 4, 5, and it'll tell you if you're going to be short of anything, and that way you can forecast and project what you're going to need. And you can see, in days in advance if you're going to run out of this, that, or the other, and then plan accordingly, and then, whether that be trying to buy stuff on the market or build better arms and industry buildings on that particular resource, or the underground bunkers. Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, no, it's a useful tool. Just to have that peace of mind that you're not going to be wasting time not building a troop.
Yeah, you can increase your efficiencies for sure. So in my bubble city, I've just got rocket launchers stacked up. I'm building an army base level 2 in Izmir, so I can pump out a few more tanks as well, and tank destroyers. And of course that air base is nearly complete, 4 or 5 hours away in Istanbul. So we're getting there. And that's my electronic city, so I could do, there's the arms industry. So it starts in about 4 hours, nothing stopping it. Fine, tank destroyer. So I could do with queuing up a Sheridan tank. Yeah, I'm not going to be short of anything for that either. Starts in 10 hours once I've done the tank destroyer. Great. So I'm doing quite well on resources anyway. How are you getting on with yours? Are you reaching a critical production?
I've got just about enough of everything now. I'm managing to research a couple of things a day. I was struggling for supplies for a while, even though I'm like 235 an hour. But I've built a couple more arms industries. That seems to be fine. I actually had a glut of components, but now I've started building air superiority at the same time as my strike fighters. So that's kind of brought that down. Still got a ton of fuel and components, far too much manpower, and an absolute metric ton of money.
Well, you can start doing some secret agent work.
Certainly could.
I've got 2 air superiority fighters and another one on the way, so that's going to be really important, isn't it, for attacking Poland's helicopters?
Yes. Yep. Just keep those in strategic positions, or you can patrol with the air superiority just in front of your troops. If you know he's got no kind of air defense, and then they'll automatically shoot down the helicopters.
Yeah,
definitely need that.
You'd be gutted if like I lost a stack overnight because he did sneak a bit of air defense in or something. So I mean, he's a good player. He'll soon realise and adapt. I just don't want him to see any of my stuff, or I don't want them to see any of my stuff, because then they can start countering it and building up stacks. So that's why I'm a bit annoyed about Yugoslavia going in my path, because I'm forced to go to war with them now. Whereas I just wanted to kind of assemble the army overnight and crack into Poland, at the very least Timasiora, and get rid of that air base. So either way, it's giving me more time to mass my army and create more units.
Oh, you should definitely take Timasiora just to get that air base, though. If you can.
Because the choppers have a short range, don't they? So Warsaw is his closest air base, and they could reach Kiev. So if you do the old, stick your fingers out on the screen and measure. Then, yeah, he can reach into Zakar. So I'm in the range there. Only just today. So every movement I make now is a risk from the choppers, but I do have my ship there defending me at the moment. So it might be a good idea to get another frigate built, because I've stopped building ships for now because I'm just using so many components. Build another frigate. How long will that take? Yeah, I'd have to wait for components, and it would start in 10 hours to build up the components. And in that time, I then wouldn't be able to build the Sheridan tanks and all that sort of stuff. So I think I might hold off more frigates. I could send my other frigate in, which will make more sense. Send in my frigate for a bit of air defence. It's a bit of a dilemma because I'm open to attack now, especially if I go after Yugoslavia.
Oh, the Norway and Ireland coalition has roped in Japan. Have you noticed that?
Oh, have they? Have they still got the other one? No, they must have got rid of Manchuria.
Oh, Manchuria has been swallowed up by Japan.
Oh, how funny. Okay, that's why. Okay, well, so Japan's going to be stronger then. Interesting.
Yeah, so there's still a few horses in this race. Poland, Ukraine and France, Madagascar, Cameroon and Mozambique. First Nations, California Republic and Greenland. All of these countries have got, all these coalitions have got at least 40 cities between them. And New Zealand, China, Australia. Loads going on.
Yeah, it's starting to build, isn't it? And I was a bit surprised actually on the leaderboard. I saw Argentina and I was like, who are they? Where are they? And then I had a look and they're right next to Brazil. And of course, they're South America. But they've got quite a few. So Argentina and Brazil, I mean, if they teamed up, they could probably take on North America. But I fear they're going to bash into each other and have a huge battle. But we'll have to see. I don't know. I don't know if I've had a proper look again at the coalitions to see if Brazil's going to team up with them or not. But they should do. So we've got, lots growing, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
And lots on the line with Poland and the Ukraine. Ukraine are rebuilding. Probably going to try and take back their home cities. Defend themselves from the Chosen. Need another boat to defend Samsung. Maybe move that destroyer. Move one of these destroyers over here. Yeah, there'll be a bit of swapping about to do at midnight. That's for sure.
Mm.
Have you gotten into that game where you're sort of taking cities during the day, and then you just have to make sure you've got some troops sitting on them at midnight to make sure the Chosen don't take them?
I'm not terribly good at it, and there's been a lot of cases where I've had to let cities go rogue to defeat someone, or I've pushed in a long way to get to a capital, and then I've had to quickly back up, and for a time I could only have one troop on each city, and it's all been very, very messy. But if you can stay organised and kind of switch out your damaged troops for full health ones, and that's really good.
Yeah, get that flow going back and forth with the injured. Yeah, it's a bit of a slog back to my capital at the minute, 'cause it's mainly vehicles, isn't it, that I've got, and they take quite a long time to get across the land. But I've started sending a few troops back as well. So we've got this tank destroyer and a motorised infantry just about to go back into the hospital area, the triage area. And then I've got the two mobile SAMs, and my infantry officer will be ready to send out soon enough. And I'll start building up that hospital to the next level in a couple of days, I think. So we're on level 3 to give four healing a day. We'll go up to level 4 to give 5 healing a day, which will be nice. and then 1 more level to get 6 healing a day. So we're getting there.
So yeah, that hospital's been really amazing.
Yeah, you did your time in the last series. That's on the channel. Check it out. And I'm doing it for the team this time. Makes sense. It's in a fairly central area near all our home cities, so I'm happy with that. And it gives me a bit of extra defence as well in the homeland. Well, I think that's a good episode for tonight, Jonathan. Any last thoughts?
No. Yeah, it's just keep up the good work, I guess.
We'll keep calm and carry on. And yeah, it's going to be a hell of an episode next time where we see what's happened in this mess around Poland and Yugoslavia. Thanks for watching, and it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Over and out.